Hi, this is Chris from the Stephanie Miller Show. Please enjoy this exclusive clip from Political Voices Network.
He's got some wins there on the scoreboard in the Middle East.
And the idea of threats from Trump, a lot of people on the left kind of dismiss that, but you do have to ask the question whether that is the strategy here, that he's putting his foot down and saying there's going to be hell to pay, and maybe that might get results without him actually having to do anything.
Yeah, thank God we have a president-elect who's willing to say it. We've had Americans held hostage since October the 7th, and we've lacked a president that had the testicular fortitude to get our people back. This is outrageous that these Americans were taken and murdered, and we've basically stood back and given lip service to both sides, this and that. I want to hear. It's wrong. And this is the wages of weakness of a weak president. All the things you just listed, it's because we have a weak America. And now we're going to have a strong America. And I think Donald Trump's going to have far better success. We had world at peace when he was president. We had a peace agreement in the Middle East. But when you take Americans hostage and you murder Americans, you better damn well know the President of the United States is going to do something about it, and we've not known that for 4 years.
Well, I think Netanyahu did a whole lot about it and killed a whole lot of civilians. And so the question is, if you just go in with guns blazing and you still have... Wait a minute. If you go in with guns blazing now, and there are hostages still there, do you kill those hostages? Or do you do something more strategic?
Well,
I'm not saying leave them. I'm saying that it seems like it's just no plan. It's just
I guess
bluster.
the thing is, we don't really know.
That was douche canoe Scott Jennings on CNN. It's larger than a douche nozzle. He is an entire douche canoe.
Yes, he is.
Okay, Chris, who said we're going to bring grocery prices way down? And we're going to do it very, very quickly.
Adolf Hitler.
Oh, that was a good guess. That was a good guess.
Close.
That was good. That was good. No, that was Donald Trump on Meet the Press during the campaign.
Oh.
Chris, who said, I'd like to bring them down. It's hard to bring things down once they're up. You know, it's very hard.
Benito Mussolini.
Very good.
That's
again.
also a good guess. But no, that was Donald Trump to Time Magazine just a couple days ago.
All right.
Guess what comes up will not come down. Someone alert. Who's that band? Spinning wheel. Got to go away. Something.
Is that Earth, Wind & Fire?
No.
What goes up must come down. Okay, I'll think of it. Some people are screaming at their radio right now.
I know. Call in.
Oh.
Call in.
Speaking
Is
of
it
which,
raining where you are?
Speaking of which, we have more corrections to do. Could I have my correction music, please? Yes. Rob in Richfield says, Mama, first time, long time, etc. Don't remember how long. Been listening to you since AM 950 in the Twin Cities for probably 20 years, maybe more.
Yeah. Hey, 950 hasn't gone away.
No, hiya. We love you. I saw the
Tyrone Davis who did that.
Thank you, Jody, for that musical fun fact.
Back to the countdown.
And now,
Exactly.
back to the countdown. I'm not going to do another damn dead dog dedication. Do you understand? Okay. Where was I? Oh, I saw. Oh, because we were applauding Kylie Kelsey for displacing Joe Rogan as the #1 podcast. Yay, yay, girls, go girls. We. That was for the bros beer.
Right.
I saw the full clip of Kylie Kelsey saying she doesn't expect Jason to watch the kids, and it's definitely not about her being subservient or him being a bad dad. By all evidence, she is far from subservient, and he's a great dad. You can find plenty of examples online of Kylie Kelsey being a badass. What she said was that he's super busy, even more so than when he was still playing in the NFL. So even when he's home, he's often working on something or might have to leave the house on short notice. So basically, they have a nanny at the house even when Jason is home. Of course, most American families can't afford such a privilege, but the Kelseys are definitely aware of that. Plus, a macho guy like an NFL star being publicly proud father of girls is an added bonus, in my opinion. I know you support a woman's voice in the podcast Brosphere. Please don't subvert that support to Kylie Kelsey because of this non-issue issue. I honestly don't know about her politics. Maybe she'll turn out to be another conservative voice, but let's not misrepresent what she says or jump to conclusions. Robin Richfield, P.S. Full disclosure, I'm an Eagles fan. Oh, well, that just blows away everything you said. Grew up in southeastern Pennsylvania, so I'm probably predisposed to giving the Kelseys the benefit of the doubt.
Okay.
Well, okay. Fly, Eagles, fly.
I'm just saying a lot of people are pointing out online that it doesn't appear that her husband is sharing in any of the child rearing responsibilities.
Right. Yes, Jody Hamilton.
I have to make a correction on the thing because
On
you were
spinning
thinking
wheels?
Yeah, you were thinking spinning wheel, and I just went what goes up, what Must come down, and
goes
that's a
up,
whole different.
must
But
come
spinning
down.
wheel was blood, sweat, and tears.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Yes.
Earth, Wind, and Fire, Blood, Sweat,
Right.
and Tears. I knew there was an ampersand in there somewhere.
Something.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of elements on the periodic table. Okay. All right. Let's hear more with noted douche canoe Scott Jennings and Catherine Rampell on CNN.
Not only will he fail at his promise at bringing grocery prices down, he will probably drive them up higher.
Yes.
For a number of reasons. One of which is that he wants to deport most of our farm labor force. Not only the people who are here who are without authorization, people who are undocumented, but actually we have a lot of workers here who are on visas, temporary, basically seasonal agricultural visas who are here legally, a visa program he wants to end.
Yep. He went on to say.
He wants to deport lots of people from other parts of the food processing system, people who work in meatpacking plants, again, people who are here legally and who are not here legally. Beyond that, he wants to raise tariffs on the food that we bring in from other countries. We get 90% of our avocados from Mexico and something like 2/3 of our fresh tomatoes. These things will drive prices up.
Yeah.
You know, so it's not only a matter of it's hard to get them back down.
had
It's
4
easy to
years.
get them up higher.
Yeah. Adios to your guacamole. Hope you're happy. Chris, I know I'm supposed to not speak.
You can sell your avocados.
Yeah,
though.
sell your avocados.
There you go. You can make a fortune.
I can't ever get to them before the squirrels or the dogs do. I'm not that fast. I have brittle hips. I don't move very fast. Here's where I'm. No, don't. Because I don't understand. Okay, what do you call it? I saw a farmer being interviewed yesterday. He's like, "Well, how are we gonna? I won't have a workforce to." He voted for Trump. I don't.
Boy.
Do you call that stupid? How are they just now going, oh, I don't understand what he's going to deport my whole workforce. Well, how will I? What will I? They're start singing the song from Valley of the Dolls where she's on the train. How do I? Where do I? How do I get my crops from the fields?
They bought the
I just
timeshare.
made that up right now. I just
You did.
improvised that like
You
a
did.
scat singer.
That was cute.
Yeah.
Cute. We'll give her
Little
cute.
skit.
We'll give her cute.
Yeah, if you were really a producer, you'd already be playing Valley of the Dolls, so I could.
Well, do you want me to have Funicula queued up, or do you want me to have Valley of the Dolls
I
queued up?
don't need that. I'm not going to talk about Luigi Mangione right now. What's the matter, you? Well, now you let me into it. Menegata, pasta fagola, and look at Luigi Mangione.
Gabagool.
Gabagool. Spumoni. Okay.
Tiramisu.
Well, that's becoming like our Viva la Resistance, but now we're just
Right.
thinking of Italian.
Italian.
Gelato.
Right. Secondi.
Yeah. Right, where was I?
I don't know.
Oh. I'm sorry.
You
Where
wanted
was
Valley
I?
of the Dolls.
Yeah, I was in the Valley. No, I understand. This is like a vicious circle. Then we get called liberal elites again, and we're talking down to people, and you're like, how? He said he was going to mass deport everybody. How are you a surprised farmer that voted for Trump? Oh my
You have to let them live with their timeshare purchase.
Oh, I know, but Chris, we're all going to suffer. That's the problem. He's gonna hurt. They're gonna hurt all of us, and I just am like, I'm sorry. The find out portion's coming really fast after the around portion, but oh my God. Okay, where am I?
I don't know.
Oh, this one. Speaking of bending the knee and obeying in advance and all the stuff we keep talking about, did you see Trump on Wall Street yesterday? The media's tamed down a little bit. They like us much better now, I think. And if they don't, we'll just have to take them on again. We don't want to do that. Oh, my God. And this is exactly why. Talking to you, Joe and Mika. Talking to you, Zuckerberg, who just gave $1 million to his inauguration. Talking to you, Bezos. He gave $1 million, and he's going to stream the inauguration live on Amazon Prime, which is worth another $1 million. Do not watch it.
Didn't the guy who was just in here do an election night? I think he did an election night stream on Amazon.
Well, that's before this happened. God. And Zuckerberg, I'm like, he already took rubles to help Trump win in 2016. How did he ever get painted as an enemy of Trump or, whatever their fight was about? Oh my God, all these billionaires are Trump suck-ups at this point. It's just, there's nowhere safe. You know what, Martha? And every single Vandella was correct, Chris. There is nowhere to run, nowhere to hide.
How many Vandellas were
From
there?
the bendy knees. There's too many bendy knees around here. What?
How many Vandellas were there?
How many, Jody? How many Vandellas were there?
Five,
Is-
four, five. I
The
don't
same
know.
as pointers, or less, more or less than pointers?
I think
There were 4 pointers.
Okay. Speaking of, oh, look at this
Or
love level.
three.
Subject line: Your
3 and then
show.
4.
Your show is great. Love watching. The Morning Joe show was exceptional. Where I was going off on them. Would love to have you on my show, Don Lemon. And then we had a whole thing back and forth.
I
And
know.
I was like, "Is this the Don Lemon? Really?
Have you been booked?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet."
All right.
I texted him. I told you, and I
Right.
said, "Hi, it's possibly Don Lemon. It's Stephanie Miller, or maybe I'm Christine Amanpour. Who can say? How would you know?"
I don't think you know it was Don Lemon until you've been booked.
That's right.
And he couldn't be stringing you along.
That's true. Oh, another Laura, right? Steph, Jody, Chris. Thank you for your show. I'm a new listener. That doesn't usually end well.
No.
Never good.
Having just discovered you this year, you're my primary source for political news. If I could tell you how many times I'm seeing that online, thank you. We are your only source. Thank you. Political news, especially as we enter another 4 years of the orange hellscape. Love all of your regular guests. They give me hope, especially Glenn Kirschner. I am on standby to stand up and fight the incoming ridiculous administration. I plan to volunteer locally. I live in Madison, Wisconsin. Good for you.
Yeah.
Where my efforts will help those most affected by the efforts of Trump and the gang of ghouls. Keep up the good fight. Stay safe. Thank you, Laura. Thank you for fighting the good fight in Madison, Wisconsin.
Love me some Madison.
Wisconsin. Gene. Yeah, subject line, what I was just talking about. We do not talk down to conservatives. I've heard all over this week that we need to stop talking down to the right, because that's how the F your feelings crowd feels until I want to scream. The opposite is the case. We speak to them as though they're rational, nominally intelligent members of society who are open to a reasonable discussion of the facts which objectively stand on their own, because facts have no inherent partisanship. They just are. Thank you. Pardon us for having faith in that. But okay, if you really thought Donald Trump was going to bring, and by the way, he says the same thing about everything. Not only did he say, I'm going to bring prices way down, it's going to happen very, very quickly. He always says that. 24 hours, I'll have that done. Only I can fix it. Healthcare plan very quickly. Like, what? Chris, I would disagree with you in that I think he is the worst timeshare salesman ever.
He sold enough timeshares to get in an office.
True.
I think it says more something about our critical thinking skills than it does about him. I mean,
Then we need to
dear
bolster.
God.
We need to bolster education.
How do you have a farmer go,
Which
what?
he won't
He's
help with.
deporting my entire workforce. Gosh, I didn't see that coming. He told you. I mean, okay. One more. Douche canoe. Jennings. Yeah. Nah, man. No. So Luigi came back.
I have to turn that off first. Hold
pardon
on.
me. Pardon me.
Okay.
All right, here we go. All right. This would be
Democrats are underestimating the anger about the immigration system, the anger about the border, the crisis that it is, and what Americans are willing to do to fix it. And I think there may actually be some elasticity in the American people on accepting certain short-term issues here, economic issues, if it means this can be solved.
You know what? You might be right about that. But you know who I don't think agrees with you? Donald Trump. Otherwise, he would tell the American people the truth. And he hasn't done it.
Yeah. If this tells you everything you need to know about information, by the way, all these billionaires are basically trying to control what information you get. And this woman is their worst nightmare. This woman on the street.
Do I support mass deportations? Why would I do that?
Yeah, if they're illegal.
These people are contributing to the United States. They're contributing to the GDP.
And when you see stories of a woman like Laken Riley, the nursing student in Georgia who was brutally murdered by an illegal immigrant,
Yeah,
you think the blood is on the hands
The
of...
right wing likes to pull that out and forget that native-born Americans are much more committing of crimes and are much more responsible for the crime rate that we have than any immigrants. Immigrants have traditionally low crime rates, and so that's just more nonsense from the far right to distract people from what the facts are.
Wow. Yet another hero of democracy.
He was, the look on his face interviewing was hilarious. I'm surprised.
This
they
is what
posted
happens.
it.
A little bit of knowledge, a little bit of critical thinking, a little bit of whatever you want to call it. Let's end with John Pavlovitz, our friend. There is always a morning of accountability that calls us to face what we've done the night before. It is here now. This nation is now being seen in the raking light of honest, sober objectivity. America was given a choice between a lawless, amoral monster and a qualified, intelligent, joyful woman of color, and it chose the monster. We need to reckon with the reality of what that says about so many of us here. Remember, I thought we were going to take democracy back, and then I was going to end up in bed next to, between Dick and Liz Cheney, and then gnaw my own arm off not to wake them up.
Right.
I'm still in bed with Liz Cheney. I mean, that's how bad this is. I've got to stay in bed with Liz Cheney. Oh, hi. I just finished, I'm going to say, an 11 billion mile bike ride, and thank God I happen to have this magic potion with me, ASEA, as seen on the Stephanie Miller Show. It helps my cells communicate better so that I can heal faster from overdoing because I'm lying about my age. I also use it on my face.